a bit of cuteness for you. Sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to let you know that I've got an event happening next week, and it's called the 25-hour Salon Owner, and we're going to cover off on a few things that we talked about here today and a heap more, and I'd really love you to join me. So the event is free. There'll be a link in the show notes, or if you're watching on YouTube, there'll be a QR code. Check it out. I think it's right up your alley. And if you're a salon owner, hey, this one's not coming. If you're a salon owner with a team of 3 or more, I would love to see you on the day. So enough from us. Back to the event. Hey, little kitten. Oh, wow. Bye. Hello, welcome back. Chapter 14 today. This one, it's pretty amusing. Give a guarantee because you give a shit. It's a good topic, isn't it? So I talk about guarantee in this chapter, and I tell a story about my sister who makes me laugh. She doesn't shop very much because she lives on a farm and she doesn't like shopping. She's always got this very, I'm too busy, right? She's not a shopper. Myself, I love shopping. My mum used to say, she said, if there was an Olympic sport for shopping, Lisa would be first place on the podium. I said, oh, I know. Mum was always fascinated at how good a shopper I was. Whereas this other sister, she shops when she's desperate, like she has to find something to wear to a wedding, then she goes. It's always lastminute.com. Not me. I love a shop. So I talk about here in the guarantee. And so I think when it comes to retail, I think it would be a really good idea if you were to give your clients a guarantee. If they purchase this product and they don't like it, then you'll replace it with another one. Not give them their money back for free, that you'll replace it. Sometimes people do recommend the wrong product. It might not be you, but it could be someone else, or the person just doesn't use it. Quite often it's the amount. They may use too much, or they don't use enough, so they don't get the result, or they put it in the wrong place. So all of those things could be corrected. But if you were to take that product back and give them another one, they're happy, and you get to use the product in the shop. So I don't think you really lose. But it's really important to remove the risk. That's what a guarantee does. It removes the risk. So I talk about my sister, she was injured or something, and so she's watching all these late night TV shows, and she's bought I don't know what you call them. You stand on it, wobbles, supposed to move your lymphatic system, I think, I don't know, or wobble off the fat. Not that she had any fat on her. But she bought one, and I said, I can't believe you bought it. And I said, is it good? And she goes, well, I only used it once. I was going to use it at night and have the ironing, like she'd be ironing at night, standing on this thing going, brrr. I love that, really? I said, did you? And she goes, no, I didn't. One of the kids showed up and thought it'd be really good, and they took it home, and she said, I haven't seen it since. So that wasn't in the plan. But I said, I can't believe you bought it. She goes, well, it had a money-back guarantee. So I thought, well, it must be good. They give you a money-back guarantee. Like, they wouldn't do that unless they thought it was a really good product. And I thought, that's the magic piece there, right there. When you back yourself, when you back your work, whether it's you guarantee that the haircut they have they'll like, I always did that, or you guarantee the colour, or you guarantee the facial, or you guarantee, then people go, they must be serious. They must mean business. Absolutely. Now, the amount of people, like my sister didn't even use it, but she couldn't return it because one of her children took it. So there was nothing wrong with the product, but she'd like to be able to say, if she didn't like it, why? Like if she got the product and it didn't work, then she could get a money back guarantee. Really simple. And when you do that, it's really important because you send a message of certainty to your client. You send a message that says, I'm serious. I'm really serious about this. Because what can happen is people can be quite, what would be the word? They make it really difficult for you to return things. And when that happens, a lot of people get exhausted and don't do it. I booked a restaurant here, and it was a couple of $100, which was way too much. I don't know what I was thinking. And then we decided not to go. So I wanted to get the money back. I think it was 3 or 4 of us, and it was $600, and which they shouldn't be allowed to do. But they said I had to have a doctor's certificate to say that I couldn't come to this restaurant. I thought, seriously? And because my personality is, I'm going to show you, I actually did happen to have a doctor's certificate. I don't know why I did, but I did. Oh, that's right. My son was staying with us, and he got sick, and we got the doctor to come out to his villa. He got a barley belly thing. So I thought, brilliant, I had it. I didn't have it, but I asked the service and they said, yep. So they sent it, said Jacob was unable to come out for dinner, whatever. So that was good. So we cancelled it. And it took another 2 weeks or something, but they returned my money. But the experience I had and the difficulty that was, I would never recommend that restaurant and I would never go there because it was stupid, the amount of stuff they made me do to get my money back. Now, it was a lot of money and I wanted it back, my money. And I gave them like a week's notice, or it was a lot. And there was nothing in there, you can't cancel unless this and this and this. There was nothing. And when I went to do it, it was difficult. They made it so hard. And I'm sure most people would give up, right? I didn't. So what I want you to do is think about how can you make it easy for your clients to purchase a product, and don't do that to them. Don't make it so difficult. Let them to come back in and tell them that they can choose another product, right? So of the same value, no problem. Or if it's more expensive, then you give them more expensive one and they pay the gap. Do it with confidence. People who complain are people who are fighting for their right to remain your customer. That's 99% of the time. You get the odd, oh my God, this person's a lunatic. Yes, and you do get some of those. Get over it, right? But most people are not like that. Most people will come and tell you why they're not unhappy because they feel wronged and they don't think it should happen and they'd like to stay. Every time I have listened to a client and solved a problem, I've kept the client, because most people don't do that. Most people run away from confrontation and they run away from any responsibility. They might ghost the client, ignore them, make it difficult like these people did. I had to keep annoying them and annoying them and annoying them. And because it was a large amount of money, I did get it back. But a lot of people just had this horrible feeling that you don't give a shit because you weren't there. And I think there needs to be something in your salon systems that says complaints go in this book, and nobody handles a complaint on their own because more brains are better than less. And why not? Just give a money back guarantee, put it on your website, put it everywhere. It's really, really powerful, because you think about that online and for someone to have to post it back and then blah, 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 it's just hard. And people do it, but a lot of people keep things because they can't be bothered, right? So this person is going to come back and bring the product into you, check how much they've used, find out how they did it, and then offer them another solution. It's really not that hard. And the amount of times it will happen is really, really tiny, really, really tiny. But what it does, like my sister, it gave her confidence that the person who was selling this product felt like it was a damn good product. You don't put a guarantee on something that you think is going to be a problem. And a lot of the times you think about, oh, what if this and that? No, it's actually, trust me, it's not a lot of people who would come back. And if I had a client who took a product and it was the wrong product because someone selected the wrong product, I'd like that fixed. I really would. And it's not like you're wasting the product. You get to use it on someone else in your business and they get their problem fixed. Boom, that's it, right? So think about a guarantee. Think about where you put it. Think about how you use it. Think about what the guidelines would be around the guarantee. And they can't bring it back when they've used 99% of the product and then say, I didn't like it. What happened to it? Like, just write it all down. Just write it all down so that they understand, right? And you can teach the people, but it's a really, really powerful thing to do. So that's chapter 14 in the retail book. Give a guarantee because you give a shit. You really do. Hopefully that was helpful. See you in the next one.
Chapter 14. Give a guarantee because you give a shit. I don't get why many salons don't offer a money-back guarantee on retail products. It's easy. If you're not delighted with this product, then simply return it to us within 14 days and we'll replace it or give you your money back. I know. Most of you are worried you'll have these people bringing in 3/4 used shampoo bottles months later saying they only just bought it yesterday and they don't like it. It's not going to happen. Most of your clients are genuinely good people, and those few dodgy ones have got better things to do than return a bottle of shampoo. Trust me. Most of your clients are lucky if they get their kids to school on time every day. Buying products and then changing their minds is not high on anyone's list, trust me. But I'll tell you what's going to happen. The client standing in your salon will get a real sense that you care, that you give a shit. They'll feel they can trust you. You'll instantly stand out from people who don't. You need to check with your product supplier about offering the guarantee. If your staff are well trained in the range you stock, there's a very big chance the company will support your guarantee. Not so much if it's obvious your team are relying on guesswork when they're recommending products. You could come up with a sentence about your commitment and add your product guarantee on all your marketing material. Certainly, use the guarantee when you're with a client and they're deciding whether or not to take a product home with them. Certainly, use the guarantee when you're with a client and they're deciding whether or not to take a product home with them. A solid guarantee eliminates the client's fear of risk. It helps them tick off the "what have I got to lose" question on their before I buy checklist. Marketing giants swear by offering the peace of mind of a guarantee. It's all part of the direct response marketing, where the aim is to get people to respond now or purchase on impulse. The money-back guarantee is designed to take away any lingering doubt and get the sale across the line. Unlike these big players, I want you to care about whether or not the product you recommend is the right fit. Your professional expertise and product knowledge tell you it is, but you're human, and so is your client. You care enough to want your client fairly compensated for the expense in the rare instance where the product isn't right for them. This is a whole different ball game to the one the big guys play. I'm fairly sure most of them have no care factor. They just move huge volumes of product and cost in a certain number of returns into their pricing model. My sister Pauline gets to shop about 6 times a year if she's lucky. She lives on a farm and her workload's the same every day of the week. When she does manage a shopping day, she often buys things in a hurry. She's your "give me that in 2 other colours, please" style of shopper. I only recently discovered she even buys things from those dodgy overhyped TV sales channels. She's been housebound due to an injury and happened to tune into a daytime TV. She confessed she bought one of those gizmos you stand on while you balance and it wobbles you. It's supposed to shake all your fat off, apparently. I said, "I can't believe you bought that. What were you thinking?" She said, "I thought I could stand on it while I did the ironing at night." Oh my God. And did you? No. One of the kids showed up and thought it was fabulous and I haven't seen it since. I could have told you that, I said. You tend to lose most things to one of your 4 kids. We had a great laugh about it all. She added that she'd only bought it because of the money-back guarantee. She thought it must have lived up to the claims if the seller was prepared to offer such a fabulous guarantee. Exactly my point. In my sister's mind, the guarantee eliminated the risk. Yet, she can't return it. "I'm not getting the results I wanted," she said. "But that's not the company's fault that I'm not using it," she said. "So I can't possibly get the results." A money-back guarantee will take the risk away, and the number of people who take you up on the return of a product is very, very small, especially when you're making sound recommendations. The guarantee simply demonstrates to your client that it matters to you that you get it right for them. And if not, they can come back and you will give them the opportunity to recommend another solution to their problem. Win-win. Kick-ass Kickstarter. Phone your product rep today and ask them to back you on offering your clients a money-back guarantee on their products. What have you got to lose?